Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesdays with Tabitha. And this week we are going to be talking about unpacking the Great Reshuffle and why you should always be assessing the roles in your companies. Now, my name is Tabitha Liburd, and I am an HR manager, a conflict management strategist, and an attorney. And I teach professionals to manage conflict in their relationships, workflows, and systems with ease so they can bridge the gap between issues and outcomes and create a peaceful workplace. Now, we are talking about very, very serious times where to date, so many people have been moving around within companies and corporations. Millions of people have been quitting their jobs after the pandemic and in the months, especially preceding. And this is called the Great Resignation. The Great Resignation is global. It's a global phenomenon. It shook up the labor market. It sparked what we are calling the Great Reshuffle, where instead of leaving the workforce altogether, workers who quit are switching corporations, switching fields of work, and switching roles and workplaces, which means that as leaders, we are very busy filling roles. It is happening in the US. In April of 2022, the US Department of Labor found that there were, in April, 6 million total separations, 11.4 million job openings, and 6.6 million hires. So this great reshuffle where workers are moving around in corporations, in occupations, fields of work, and workplaces is sparking organizational change across the world. In this episode, we're going to discuss the Great Reshuffle, and we're going to talk about how it has sparked organizational restructuring, organizational change, and how you, as a leader, as an owner of a company, as a manager, can review the roles in your organization to assess what is working and what isn't during this time to help your company succeed. Many companies are taking this opportunity to restructure, to reorganize teams and employees during this period of a talent reshuffle. And this is really smart because there are many important reasons for restructuring a department. And even though they are always well intended and always important, many times it can be met with resistance in the workplace. In today's episode, I will show you how to reduce or prevent resistance from your team when you are restructuring. Because what we know is that reducing turnover rates is important for a business. It's important for owners, it's important for supervisors, it's important for people managers. And it's especially an important consideration when you are hiring new employees or restructuring your organization. What you don't want is a turnover because the people who come in are not working well with the people who are there already, or a turnover because having reorganized and restructured the roles in your organization, people are not working well together. Both new and existing employees are many times susceptible to job-related stress and anxiety. And this is even more heightened during a reshuffle. And if employees leave, remember, they will take their skills with them. This doesn't have to happen to your organization, though. You can restructure to help you reduce turnover rates and improve your retention rates. Now, maximizing the effect of restructuring, which would be structuring your company in the most effective way possible, is going to make your company an attractive option to highly qualified potential employees. And also make it an attractive option to the people who are already there in the organization. So what this means is that you would be able to attract high quality potential employees as well as retain the people who work well, who you want to retain. And to do this, you want to assess the roles in your company by reviewing employee job descriptions so that you can create a seamless organizational structure. The first thing you are going to do is to create a vision. This vision is going to help guide your restructuring process and ensure that it doesn't fall short of the goals you have for the company. And this vision is going to be the foundation for the plans and actions that will take place throughout the restructuring process, because that is a gradual process. Now, after you create that vision, your next step will be to share it with the employees. And you will be doing this in an interactive process, not by email, not by a message in Slack, not by holding a team meeting, but a combination of all of those touch points and also individual sessions with each employee. You are going to be hosting informal chats with your team, with your direct reports, and with the people they report to be sure that you understand what resonates with each person. And having done that, shared your vision, and also spoken to employees, you are then going to start your job description review or your role review. And you are going to do that one by one. You're going to take the job description, review it with the employee. In doing that, you are going to be talking through the workflow with the employee because you want to know if your processes are efficient as is, and you also want to know if the employee understands the process. When you review the job description with each employee, you are going to ask them how the process can be made more efficient, because your employees are your greatest source of feedback. And you should know if something is overwhelming them. You should also know if they are able to perform effectively in the role. Having spoken to the employee and having reviewed the job description with them, the next thing you are going to do is use the feedback that you got from that employee, and you are going to test that new job description. So you review, you present, you discuss, and then you test. And in testing this new job description, this is a period where the employee is working in the new role and reporting weekly on what is happening. So you're going to ask the employee to give ongoing feedback at regular meetings and in your huddles. And while this may sound like a lot, understand that organizational restructuring takes time and it's a commitment, but it's the only pathway to a productive organization that is making peaceful profits. Because the one thing that you can be sure of is that unless you are monitoring your processes and tweaking them, they are not going to meet what should be happening in the marketplace. So these are the steps for you to take if you are going to be restructuring or reorganizing or tweaking roles in the new job market that has been created by the Great Reshuffle. If you would like help implementing anything we discussed today, send me an email at info@marshalldukeLLC.com, and I'd be happy to sit with you and talk more about it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and set your notifications so that you're going to be notified when we add new content. And you can also hop into our Facebook group, Conflict Resolution Room, and spend time with us. All right, take care, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 12 noon. Bye now.